You just joined the Create Harmony podcast. Welcome. In this place, we spend time talking about everyday joys. We talk about abundant blessings that sometimes get overlooked. We set our rhythms with the rhythms of nature, and we celebrate the changes that each season brings. And we like to use our imagination as a way of listening to God and tune our senses to the magical presence of the Holy Spirit. You can find your place here. And while you're doing that, you might also find some peace. Welcome back to episode 36 of the Create Harmony podcast. So this episode is part of our summer season. And what that means is we've taken a few weeks off to rest, play, and savor the summertime rhythm. And during that time off, I had a little time to reflect and plan on what's coming up over the next 2 months. So there'll be a little adjustment in the rhythm of how frequently these podcasts are released. We've been putting out an episode every week, each week, usually about midweek. But for the summer months, we're going to do an episode every other week. That's a more doable rhythm for what's going on in things around our house. So the focus of our content will be on savoring the blessings of summer and finding fun all around us. So our topics will be ways to celebrate the joys of summer with your family and your friends, or even just on your own. And there also will be many details in my Instagram and my newsletter to support everything we discuss here. You can follow up in my newsletter and on Instagram to try these things at home in case you want more details about them. So summertime, here we come. Now, here in America, our next big summer thing is the 4th of July, or our Independence Day. And this holiday gets celebrated in lots of different ways across our diverse land, but most of those ways revolve around some sort of outdoor celebration. It's around water or around being outside on a picnic, food, cookouts, barbecues, you get the idea. Now, when I was growing up, I grew up in the South. So we had a tradition a few years in a row. We invited the whole neighborhood over to our yard for a pig picking. And if you live in another part of the world and you aren't familiar with this concept, it's exactly what it sounds like. You get a whole pig. You put it over a large grill, or some people do it in a pit. You cook it for a very long period of time, and the men sit around and wait for it to be cooked and, talk and drink beer, whatever, for a whole day usually. And then you chop the whole thing up and you eat it. And you add in some delicious homemade sides and some desserts. Many of those sides involve mayonnaise. And you add a keg of beer and you're all set. So that is a great way to celebrate. And I have really fond memories of that wonderful pig picking experience. But since I've become an adult, I'm really trying to lean in a more healthy-ish direction. And so I'm seeking some better choices for my cookout menu. And I've gathered together some ideas here that are more light and on the more plant-friendly end. So I've gathered together some lighter, more plant-friendly options for us today. Less mayonnaise and pork and more plants. So when I was collecting up these ideas, what I was looking for, what I was sort of on the hunt for, were things that were simple, things that were colorful and fun, and that could be enjoyed by all ages. So the first idea I found is called fruit sparklers. And I thought this was super fun. And it's really, really easy to do. You just get a watermelon, a fresh watermelon, and you slice it up, and you've got to have a star-shaped cookie cutter. So you get a star-shaped cookie cutter, and you can decide your size. I think it works best with like a little bit smallish star-shaped cookie cutter. And you cut out as many stars as you can from your slice of your watermelon. And then you get a skewer, like a wooden skewer, and you fill it with blueberries. I think you could use about 8 or 10 blueberries in a row. And then you add your watermelon star to the end of the skewer, and you've got your fruit sparkler. So, this could be made in just a few short minutes. You could make up a whole bunch of these and create a colorful tray. It's a healthy treat that adults will like and kids can enjoy. It's clean and neat. It's not super messy. So thought that was a great idea. Now, along those same lines, I found something called Patriotic Yogurt Bites. Now, you're going to need an ice tray for this one. So if you have one that has star-shaped ice cubes, that is even better. You get bonus points for that. But if you don't have that, if you just have the regular ice tray, that'll be fine. You can use that. So you'll dice up your strawberries, and you can cut your blueberries if you want them to be smaller. But if you are going to cut your blueberries, you need to be sure and put the round part of the blueberry on the bottom of your ice tray, because that's what you want to show on the bottom of your little yogurt bite. And then you put your fruit down on the bottom of your tray. You put that in first. So you can make 1 cube of strawberry, 1 cube of blueberry, or you can mix it up, whichever way you like. Then you fill the top of all of your cubes with vanilla Greek yogurt, and you freeze them for about 2 hours, and then you can enjoy. Now, one tip here is when you serve these, you probably want to put the bowl that you serve them in over a bowl of ice, because if not, it's going to get real melty and kind of messy. That's not going to be a very desirable item on your buffet menu. So you want to kind of keep that cold so it stays frozen until people pop them in their mouths. And now the next idea is also a frozen treat, and it's called a berry and coconut water popsicle. So you're going to need a popsicle mold here. So you can, run to the store and get you a popsicle mold if you don't already have one. Choose your berries and cut them up. You can use raspberries, blueberries, strawberries. I think even blackberries would work here. Place that down into your mold and then just pour your coconut water over the top. Again, real simple, very easy, very healthy. You'll freeze that for a few hours and they'll be ready to enjoy at your 4th of July get-together. So that's a really good, cool, refreshing idea for your cookout. Now, our last idea is something that I had posted about last summer, and we're going to revisit it again since I thought it was such a fun and easy treat. So you take a strawberry, you slice that in half, and then you add just a little dollop of cream cheese to eat to the sliced side of the berry. You put the berry on its back and you put a little cream cheese on the sliced side. Then you line the cream cheese with 3 little blueberries, and it makes a colorful and bite-sized healthy treat. You could make a whole tray of these and take them to a cookout. So that might be fun for you. So hope you feel inspired by these cool and creative things to savor this summer. And if you wanted to try these later, if you wanted to have these same ideas beyond the 4th of July, you could substitute any kind of other fruit and make them in new ways. You could get real creative with how you mix it up with your coconut water, frozen things, or with yogurt or whatever. So now, and we're going to do something a little bit different here and capture the spirit of fun that summer brings to us. So for our closing today, I'm going to read you a story from a children's book. So we're going children's book here because we're trying to do things that are fun and lighthearted. So this children's book is called When God Made Light by Matthew Paul Turner. And since these are the long, light days of summer, this seemed like the perfect choice. So here goes. Let there be light. That's what God said. And light began shining and then started to spread. It flickered and dashed. It blinked and it flashed. Light poured and light spilled. It bolted and splashed. Light glared and glimmered. It flared and sparkled. And whenever light shined, dark stopped being dark. In the beginning, space became bright, 'cause God filled it with twinkles of yellowy light. Brilliant stars gleamed, swirls of light streamed. In that once empty space, a galaxy beamed. When God made light, a universe lights up, a dazzling display of big shiny stuff. And all that light, every bright golden hue, is the very same light that God put inside of you. Now God made the sun to light up our days, to cover the planet with life-filled rays, to make summers warm and winters not too cold, to help flowers bloom and turn wheat into gold, to burst in the morning at the first crack of dawn, to rise up slowly and beam across the lawn. When the sun shines, here's what you should do. Go run and have fun. Play a game, maybe two. Go skipping or flipping, or down a slide slipping. Or if it's too hot, in a pool, just go dipping. Dance in the grass, go climb in the trees. Build castles with sand, face the wind, feel the breeze. Eat berries and cherries, in a patch pick strawberries, or whistle out loud with a choir of canaries. And once in a while, when playing is done, look up in the sky and thank God for the sun. And when the light fades and day ends way too soon, wave goodbye to the sun and hello to the moon. Yes, God made the moon to brighten the night sky, to reflect the sun's shine, to be our world's nightlight. And beneath a dark sky, there are things you can do. Just bring out a flashlight or two. Raise a tent and go camping, or through the woods stamping, romping and stomping on paths made for tramping. Catch fireflies in jars, go gazing at stars. Try counting and seeing how many there are. See constellations, shapes, and formations. Find a lion or bear amid heaven's creations. Sing songs around campfires. Make marshmallow s'mores. Let Grandpa tell stories. Wage flashlight wars. Now when God made light, God made all different kinds. Some sparkles, some flares, but all light shines. It flashes and bolts when lightning is crashing, or bursts through the sky when a comet is dashing. And if you ever feel scared in the darkness of night, remember the shadows are no match for God's light. Climb into bed, sleep soundly and dream, and know that inside you, God's glow is a gleam. May it be so. Hope you soak up the joys of summer as you journey along. We'll be back in 2 weeks with some more fun summer ideas. And until next time, peace.